Hey Maria, it's been a long time, hasn't it? It is February 13th, 2019. And even though I just finished watching the last video that I uploaded to our joint channel, I think it was late January 2016. Um, or maybe it was February. Um, Either way, welcome back to the channel because I'm going to tell you about this later. So hopefully you're watching. Who knows? Um, a lot of stuff's changed. YouTube, a lot of stuff on YouTube has changed. Before I made this, I went back and watched all the other videos that we had made for the channel, our vlogs back and forth, because number one, I'm procrastinating right now instead of doing my grad school work. But my stuff for last week was all due on Tuesday, so I pretty much have a whole nother week to get the rest of my school work done for my master's classes. Um, and I'm single right now, so I'm not exactly planning any crazy stuff for Valentine's Day weekend. I actually already have plans, but I know people are like running around and getting stuff ready. But I'm hoping you and Chris probably have something planned. I'm sure you do. It's kind of adorable because you mentioned Chris, like how you started dating him in the vlogs, and then you mentioned his 19th birthday, which he's 21 now, and it's like, holy shit, we're old. We're not that old, but like, you know, when I watch those videos, the person that I see in those videos, like I recognize myself, obviously, um, but I don't. Like, so much has happened. Just looking at the dates from the first vlog that I did to then when I finished, like, so much stuff. Like, just a lot of life moments for me happened. I'm not going to get too into detail on a public YouTube video, but just a lot of big things. Um, Speaking of big things that happened, um, I mean, we lost David. Um, Seeing him in the third vlog, I think it was the third video, um, was really nice. Because as you know, like I started vlogging on my personal channel, but when I ran for office, for some reason I just got really paranoid, I guess, and instead of just putting the videos on private like I should have done, so that if I ever wanted to go back to them and see them later for whatever reason, I deleted them off of YouTube. Still horrible at editing, and I don't want to procrastinate too much, so this video is going to go up as it's coming out right now, so my pauses and all my little weird quirks are still going to come through. Um, but besides just losing all of my vlogs that I had with David and all the other people that were in my vlogs from my senior year of college or my senior semester of college, um, like I deleted Snapchat years ago. Like I think like when I graduated, I deleted Snapchat, and uh, I don't have any of those things back now. Like there's so many times I can remember going out. Like luckily I did save some of the stories, so when I look back through my old like photos, there are still some stuff like some memories there. But I'm just really upset that Snapchat became so prevalent because it's like you Instagram has this story feature now where you can make it show up for 24 hours, but they actually save it because if you want to highlight it, like and put it on your page, you can go back and see stories that have like deleted, but they're still archived, I guess, through Instagram's company somehow. I don't know, through their cloud. Ironically, we probably should change the channel name. I don't know if we can do that now, but back when we started this channel, you were at UF and I was uh, just about to graduate from USF, our Bull Gator siblings, but now we're both in graduate school, and I love all the Knoll hate that we have on those vlogs because now you're at Tallahassee going to get your master's in social work at FSU, which is awesome. I mean, it's a great program, but I just think it's so funny how times have changed. And I'm at Johns Hopkins in my apartment right now in DC, which is also hilarious because I think the first vlog that I put out, I was complaining about riding the bus, and mass transit in DC is amazing. Um, And then also just towards the end, like those end vlogs, like wow, you like I definitely learned a lot about politics after running for office. Like I knew it was a long shot, but and I wouldn't change anything. But I didn't even end up running for tax collector. I ran for state senate because after I went to that meeting and I told the people in Sarasota that I was running for tax collector because I thought the 35-year incumbent or how many ever years, decades that she had been in office, Barbara Ford Koch's the only other Democrat, decided to refile because there was some kid who was going to run for her seat. Um, so I ended up changing a lot of my plans. One of my good friends that I mentioned, the ones from my internship program, they were working on the state representative's campaign who was in my seat, like the area where I was districted for. So I got kind of talked into running for state senate, even though it was an even crazier shot. Like, if I had like a 50-50 chance of winning tax collector, mainly because Republicans don't like the idea of holding the seat of the tax collector because they're just so anti-taxes, then running for state senate would have been like a 5% chance. Even if I was the presumptive Democratic nominee, because, fun fact, the only Democrat who won in Sarasota was Barbara Ford Koch. So even Hillary Clinton lost in Sarasota. She didn't carry the county. That wasn't a bug. I don't know what that was on the screen up there. I just saw it. I think it's like, I don't know, dust or something in my apartment. As you can tell, my ADD brain is doing its thing. But I'm also really glad that I ran because I met a lot of other young people that were running at the time. And I think it was just kind of like our generation's first wave. And I'm really happy now because we have people like Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez in office. We have the most amount of women in Congress ever. Thanks, I guess, in part to Donald Trump because of kind of like a rebuke to all of his policies. But yeah, so a lot of stuff has changed. If we decide to keep uploading to this channel, just personal goals for me is up the quality a little bit, maybe figure out editing because I am in grad school now. But we're also both in graduate school now, so our schedules are even crazier than they were before. You work full-time right now as well as being in grad school. You're kind of like adulting now, which is kind of funny that I said, like, you hated doing adult things, and you said in one of the vlogs. I know you still don't like cooking, I think, but, like, you live with Chris now, and you have pets, and, like, we are very far removed from where we were in undergrad. It's kind of funny. Me, not so much. Still looking for that full-time job. Not for lack of trying, but, competition in Washington, D.C. is kind of fierce. It's the most overeducated, underpaid city in America. That's what the funny saying is. But I'm not really worried right now. Running for office, I went through mostly all of my savings, which is then why I had to take campaign jobs immediately afterwards because I needed to make some money. And I didn't know what to do. That's why I'm in graduate school for economics, because when I tried to transition into the private sector, when you work in politics in all of your undergraduate years in government, you don't really have any other experience. So people don't want to hire someone who's never even had an internship in a private sector job. So I'm making my way around and networking. But like I said, it's hard. There's a lot of smart people in the city. And I'm making a lot of friends. I have old friends here. It's nice catching up with them and, just seeing how things have changed. But I'm making new friends and networking, and I actually am meeting for a phone call with a guy who has a PhD in economics who works at Deloitte, which is one of the big 4 consulting firms. So hopefully he has some good career advice. I actually am applying to a position at Deloitte for an econometrics. It's like an economic analysis tool. It's a lot of data. So we'll see. If it is, it is. If not, then I'm just going to keep looking for stuff. Might get a part-time job just to have some income. But, those student loans are still coming through, so I'm not exactly living the high life, but I've got money, so I don't have anything to worry about. video's getting a bit long. We're about to hit 10 minutes, so probably gonna wrap it up. But yeah, going back to the upload schedule thing, I think we should just let us do it kind of like whenever we want, because we're busy. I think we should try and at least do it once a month if we decide to do it. And then maybe also have like a guest. Like, I don't know if I'm gonna actually use I'm not gonna get like a vlogging style camera thing and carry it around because I'm not doing that. I might film some cool stuff around DC because I'm in DC now, so might as well show you around. But probably won't film on my phone because I still have that same phone that I used, my old iPhone 6. Pretty sure it was an iPhone 6, or it might have been yeah, I'm pretty sure it was. But just, we can figure it out. And then maybe have guests on. Like, I'll introduce you to some people that I know here, old friends, new friends, coworkers, whatever. Oh, last thing before we go. I think in the first video that you uploaded, you mentioned wanting to do the cinnamon challenge. So funny enough, I have a thing of cinnamon in my kitchen, and I was thinking about doing it, but then I Googled it, and since I've had breathing problems in the past, I grew up with asthma, I thought it would probably not be the best thing to do, especially since I live alone, and I don't want anything bad to happen, so I'm like, maybe if I have a friend over, then I'll do it then, or make them do it even better. I'll just peer pressure them into doing it. So yeah, glad got to catch up through the channel. Hopefully you can make a video soon. No pressure though, because I know grad school. And hope all's going well. And you and Chris have a great Valentine's Day weekend. Love you.